Hello dear students, myself Professor Meshram Sunitra from JIT Arts Science and Commerce College, Maligaon. The topic of my presentation is Tragedy, a form of drama. Now, first we'll focus on drama. Drama is a story enacted on stage for live audience. So drama is always enacted before audience and it is live performance. So in this way it differs from movie. Now what is drama? The origin of the word drama. The word drama comes from the Greek word dran, which means to do. The earliest known plays were written around the 5th century BC. They were produced for the festivals to honor Dionysus, the god of wine and fertility. Drama is divided into two categories, tragedy and comedy. So drama is represented by these two masks. Here in this black mask you can see it is a tragic figure or a sad figure, whereas in white it is a comic or a happy figure. So the play which ends with tragic note is called as a tragedy, and the play which has happy ending is called comedy. Now we'll focus on tragedy. Tragedy is a play that ends unhappily. Most classic Greek tragedies deal with serious or universal themes such as right and wrong, justice and injustice, life and death. Tragedies pit human limitations against the larger forces of destiny. Tragedy is a type of drama where the characters go through some form of suffering. Most definitions of tragedy that we use today come from some part of the work, the Poetics, written by the philosopher Aristotle. Aristotle has defined tragedy as a form of drama whose plot is centered on human suffering for the purpose of evoking feelings of pity and fear in the audience. Aristotle has called this feeling as catharsis. It helps the audience move beyond the feelings of pity and fear to find peace by the end of the play. Characteristics of tragedy. Tragedy is more than just a play about suffering. In the Poetics, Aristotle explains that plot in a tragedy is more than just the story itself. It is the arrangement of the incidents or chain reaction of cause and effect events that happen in the story. Plot is most important piece of tragedy. Plot plays an important role in tragedy. It is the most important element of tragedy. Tragedy addresses the sorrowful downfall of a protagonist in serious manner. In classical tragedy, the protagonist is tragic hero of exalted social status whose own character or flaw combines with fate to bring about their ruin. In more recent centuries, tragedy has taken over other forms, featuring protagonists of social insignificance and removing the tragic flaw to suggest a character's complete powerlessness in the face of modern challenges. The tragic form was first developed by the ancient Greeks as a dramatic art. The playwrights like Sophocles and Euripides wrote tragic dramas to accompany ritualized religious celebrations. These plays established the concept of tragic hero, the tragic flaw, that is hamartia, and the resulting catharsis. The entrances and exits of masked chorus, who provided commentary throughout the play, prefigured the scene changes of later theatre. Greek model elicited play, pity, and fear from an audience as a result of the tragic interplay of characters' choice and their inevitable fate. Greek tragic heroes typically begin a play at the height of their powers, happy, respected, successful, and of noble birth. Their own character failings, however, drive them to make a series of mistakes that lead to their downfall. The sorrow induced by tragedy derives from the viewer's ability to understand the hero's thinking and imagine themselves in his or her shoes. This connection with the tragic protagonist has remained central to the genre of despite its many variations over the centuries. So, in tragedy, the protagonist is the tragic hero. This hero is noble and in many ways he is admirable. He has a tragic flaw or a personal failing that leads to his tragic end. So, that tragic flaw may be his pride or his rebelliousness or his jealousy. Now, we'll focus on dramatic structure. Like the plot of a story, the plot of a play involves characters who face a problem or conflict. A dramatic structure has the structure of Freytag's pyramid. The first stage in drama is exposition. Now, in this first stage, the characters and conflict are introduced. All major characters and the theme or the conflict of the play is introduced in first stage exposition. Now that conflict rises, so that is complication or the tension builds. The complication or the tension reaches to its highest point, that is called climax. Climax is the point of highest tension. Here the action determines how the conflict will be resolved. Slowly and gradually the tension comes down, and this is called as falling action. And finally the conflict is resolved, that is called resolution. Here the play ends. So this dramatic structure is followed in drama. Conflict is the struggle or clash between opposing characters or forces. This conflict may develop between characters who want different things or the same thing. This conflict may develop between a character and his or her circumstances, or that conflict may develop within a character who is torn by competing desires. Now here we can take example of William Shakespeare's Othello and Macbeth, the two great masterpieces written by Shakespeare. Now here tragic hero holds special characteristics of his own. The tragic hero is a noble person. He has good qualities, but at the same time, due to his shortcomings or weaknesses, he is brought towards his tragic end. So, in case of Othello, over suspicious nature was his weakness or his fault or his shortcoming, or according to Aristotle, it is called as hamartia. In case of Macbeth, his over-ambitious nature led him towards his tragic end. Here, if we take example of a tragic hero, we can take example of Sophocles' Oedipus the King. King Oedipus is an excellent example of tragedy plot with tragic hero. Tragic hero is usually the protagonist. The tragic hero typically have heroic traits that earn them the sympathy of audience, but also they have flaws to make mistakes that ultimately lead to their own downfall, as just we have seen in case of Othello and Macbeth. Even in Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, Romeo is a tragic hero. His reckless passion in love makes him a compelling character, which leads directly towards his tragic end. The idea of tragic hero was defined by Aristotle, and he made this idea by studying Greek drama. Despite the term tragic hero, it is sometimes the case that tragic heroes are not really heroes at all in the typical sense, because in few cases the antagonists may be described as tragic heroes. Aristotle has defined tragic hero, and he believed that a good tragedy must evoke the feelings of fear and pity in the audience. He saw these two emotions as being fundamental to the experience of catharsis. Aristotle has strictly defined the characteristics of tragic hero. According to him, the tragic hero must be a virtuous person, he must be flawed, he must suffer a reversal of fortune. So to sum up, we can say that Aristotle has defined tragic hero rather strictly as a man of noble birth with heroic qualities whose fortunes change due to tragic flaw or mistake. And this tragic flaw ultimately brings about his terrible, excessive downfall. Modern tragic hero is little bit different from traditional tragic hero. Here, the modern tragic heroes are the characters of all genders and class backgrounds. They do not fit to the conventional definition of hero. But we can say that the tragic hero must have the sympathy of audience. The tragic hero must come to ruin because of some tragic flaw in their own character. So here we can say that tragic hero in a drama must be a noble person, good person, but he has some flaw which leads him towards his tragic end. Thank you.